cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from a 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from a 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
qualified for the last 2 years running on GrosvenorCasinos.com from a 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it, really friendly tables, great opportunity, really recommend anyone just thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
And we're back. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We've got 2 more levels left to play, level 9 and level 10, and then we'll be back for day 2 tomorrow. Should be finishing up around 1:30 this morning. Here he is.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds up dice table. This guy's been rolling for about 20 minutes. Oh, I could have stayed there all night. God, love that game. My favourite game. Oh, he's rolling forever, and there's guys starting.
Were they singing the crap song when he's rolling forever? Were they singing that song?
Well, no.
Do you not know the song?
No, the song.
Well, he's the greatest shooter. That one.
No.
You don't know it?
No.
They always sing that on the craps table.
Do they?
Yeah, because it's a shooter when he's rolling for like 20 minutes. Or maybe that was just that one night out I had.
So everybody refresh. Hello, Mum.
Oh, she's there. That means the kids are asleep.
Kids are asleep eventually.
Yeah.
Hello, Mum.
How you doing, Mum?
Oh, that dice table is packed solid of money. He's been rolling for about 20 minutes. There's money everywhere. I wanted to stay there, but I can't because the final 2 levels. Here we go.
Just call one of them meetings on tower. Just say you got a meeting.
90 runners still left in. 90. 2 levels to go. Good evening, Mum. Hope things are well. And we're down to the bubble for the prizes on the 10 seats guaranteed online. Well done, one and all. We'll be seeing quite a few of these players online in the Goliath.
So, new table for you guys. Seat 1, we've got Dan Silo, who was on the featured earlier. Seat 2, we've got Ranif Wimon Karanatuna. Seat 3, Adrian Belika. Seat 4, Aditya Sood. Seat 5, Patrick Sabo. Seat 6, Dahi Lu. Seat 7, Hamish Morjaria. Seat 8, Kahai Nakai. And seat 9, we've got Alexios Zervos. Alexios runner-up in the grand final in 2016, I believe. I believe his heads up against Ben Windsor. So no stranger to these tournaments, no stranger to the feature table. And I've played with him quite a bit as well over the years in some tournaments. I know he's a very, very good tournament player. Always plays here at the Vic.
Did I ever fancy on a tip for the World Cup before it started? Yes, Germany.
And mine was Belgium.
Was it?
Yeah.
We did a bit of a picking the old teams and scores and what have you, predictor for the World Cup, and I thought Germany. And was it Werner? Who was
Tim Werner?
That him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rubbish. So yes, didn't have many bets at all, to be fair.
He didn't really get the service though, so there weren't a lot he could do.
No, that's true. There weren't a lot he could do. Yeah, very good. They're getting better.
These are getting better.
So the live stream is on now. If you had to refresh, then you should have the pictures back now. I think that's for YouTube purposes. And we are underway and running. We are live, back live.
So 400, 800, running ante of 100. 2 more levels left of the day. Great poker, really action packed actually. The feature tables we've had today, lots of hands, lots of big hands, some bluffs, some callers, some great calls, some great folds. So it's been a fun one today. Here in London, be with you all the way through till Sunday, and then we're off to the Rico in 3 weeks' time for the Goliath. It's going to be huge, the Goliath.
It is. It is. There's going to be plenty going on. This is our final event until we get to the Rico Arena. So any information regarding the Goliath, ask away. And we'll try and answer them as good and as quickly as we can.
Yep. Same for anything really, any questions, poker related, topic related, we'll try and get you an answer. Anything you want us to discuss, just type it in the chat box, and I'm sure between us, me and Tower, we can come up with an answer. So not from the tables we've had before, there's sort of all the stacks here are quite close together, only 50k between the short stack and the big stack.
So 2 levels to go. Jay and myself here until 1:30 in the morning. And 90 runners trying to make day 2.
That's 2,000. Go.
Please, the aircraft national 250. Please, Sofa 250. The Sofa 250. 8 mains for a 250, final call 8 mains 250.
Check. Showdown, please.
Please, M30 and 30 for the one.
So we're back, last 2 levels. Last 2 levels, and we run through the new table.
Yep, gone for the
Passes that in. Let's have a read, see if we know what they are.
Pass, pass, pass. 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 Pass.
So passing all the way round. How does the final table of the day pan out?
Heads up.
Hey up, Pete. Pete's all in. Oh, what? Am I in? Is he in what?
Maybe he's talking about the refresh of the live stream.
Am I
So
in? Yes.
if you can hear us now, we are live. If you haven't refreshed, make sure you do. There's the old chip counts. Lexios chip leader on the table.
Raise. 1800. Pass.
Daniel Morgan, 2-5 Holden.
Call.
Steve Joyner, 1-2.
Sixers raised it up. Patrick in seat number 5. Patrick Zabo raises to 1.8. The blinds at 400, 800.
Please, Darryl.
Bet. 3000.
Two spades on the flop. Queen 10. Got none. Bet of 3,000 from Patrick. Running into Ranith, who was on our feast table before. He's got the ace 5.
Heads up.
The GTO aces.
GTO aces. Queen on the river. So the ace 5 still in front.
Check.
Checks the river and then he gets a check. Would have called any bet underneath. The ace is good. Ah, Pete said he was supposed to be lights out. Oh, it's alright in there, Pete, for you. Hope everything's good. He's allowed to stay up. Good man. All the money's been won in the satellite. Well done, one and all. For the tokens, UK Dimps got the £81 and Thrimpy bubbled.
Frimpy
Oh no. Well done to Splatterly, Jagboy, WhoCares.com. All got tickets. Well done, one and all. We'll see you at the Goliath. And there's more of the same tomorrow. We have a GUKPT live stream free roll on Sunday, which will all be in and entering. Good luck, one and all.
Pass, pass. Raise. 1800. Pass, pass. Pass. Call.
So the last 2 levels. Thanks for sticking with us again, guys. You know, it's much appreciated. The live stream is not the same without you. We are on the last session of the evening. 86 runners are left. So numbers starting to go down. We said would probably be around about 70 left, is what we said. And about 120 coming back. So it looks round about that, the way it's heading.
3,500. Right, so that's 3.
There's no prize pool yet, Pete. No prize pool, that'll be done tomorrow. But it's 179,000. So we're probably looking at 55-ish up top. But there's no news yet regarding prize pool, probably given us in the morning.
1,600.
So we'll let you know as soon as we know, but I'm guessing it'll be tomorrow. In the prize pool, but there's £179,000 to play for. Min cash will always be double the buying, so 1,100 maybe for the min cash, and then works its way up.
Raise 4,500.
Ace on the turn. Ace from space.
The ace of space. Oh no, it's a club.
Yeah, ace from space.
3,500.
Both players still with bottom pair. Pt.2 with the better kicker. 10x so chop opportunities on the river. Any 9, any king, any jack would chop this up.
Yes,
But
we are, buddy.
I think it's going to be job done now. Job done now.
Aye.
Don't think Ranif.
He's calling. He's got some of that.
Okay, he's cool. I'm surprised
Right,
if
he's
he does
raised
call.
it up.
Okay, he's raised it up.
He's raised
I
it to
much prefer this a lot more than the call. He wants to continue.
Yeah, we are indeed at the Vic, upstairs in the poker room itself. I'm watching one of the best rolls of dice I've ever seen at the last break. It was immense. Oh man. But yes, fabulous place. This is 15 cash tables running at this moment in time. 90 players left in the main event. There was no side event because it was a little bit chock-a-block full.
So Dahi, under the gun, has got the boots, 2 red aces. Alexios under the gun +3 with the 7s. With his stack. He's definitely calling here, at least. Let's make the call. As you can see, both the 7s in the deck have been folded, so he's going to struggle to win this pot. And Patrick comes along with a big as well, with the 10-9. Just top set for the aces. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dahi check here on this sort of board texture with top set. But he's going to bet, and he might get some action from Patrick with the 10-9. It's on Alexius, so he gets out of the way and makes a good fold. This really small bet here, 1.2k. And that finds Patrick to call, drawing to running 9s and running 9s only. It's a 6 on the turn, so the aces will get the check mark.
Mark calls, 3. 2 5. Nadja, 3. 2 5.
That's 1.8k, and he gets a fold from the 10-9. Takes it down. What tube do you get to where the venue is from? So, nearest tube station to the Vic. I don't know if you covered this while I was popped out. No. Edgware Road is the best tube station. About 5-minute walk around the corner.
We get a taxi from
you
Euston.
You get a taxi from Euston.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how much? Just easy to get the tube, wouldn't it be? Euston.
Well, there's three of us. There's 3 of us that normally they get the train. The tube ticket will be £4.
Yeah.
The taxi's a tenner.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So.
Yeah, it's better in a taxi, I guess, as well.
It's quicker. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's quicker or not because of traffic in London, but it's just easy to jump on in a cab
Euston
from
Square on the Hammersmith line.
Pass. Raise, 16. Pass. Go. Heads up.
Like London buses.
Yeah, we don't get the. I don't get the chat. I won't even know where the tube station was from Euston train station. Is it connected?
Euston Square on the Hammersmith and the Hammersmith line and the Circle line. About 8-9 minutes, I say, to Edgware Road. The pink line, the pink and the yellow line.
Do you catch it from the train station?
Yeah, well, Euston, you go from the Euston, the overground, and then there'll be a sign to say to the tube, you go straight down there, it's just one line, and you'll be at Edgware Road in about 8-9 minutes.
Oh, right, okay.
And then it's a 5-minute walk from the station.
Well, I didn't know that.
But that's what I get anyway. I get the
Have you got one of them Oyster card thingies?
No, I don't do that Oyster card, no.
And you can't even get on buses in London with cash anymore.
Can you not?
No.
Never been.
What's that all about?
I don't know, I've never been on a bus.
Can I get on? No. Okay.
Please, Mel Stein, 1-1, and final call for Jay Love, 1-2.
Pass. Raise, 80. Pass.
Alice Aikenhead is still going along nicely on 125,000.
Well,
One of the chip leaders.
poker runs in the family.
Vic Meta on 87. James Martin, is that the chef? On 90. Neil McCulloch, who we saw on our table to our right, 80,000. Rob Boone on 70. Chris Cooper, your buddy, our buddy, on 50. He's going along okay. So, plenty of chip stacks are building.
Indeed.
We are looking at our final feature table of today with 84 players left.
So Alexios under the gun, ace-9 suited, raises to 2k. We've got a free bet from Aditya in the hijack with ace-king. Hamish in the small blind with the king-queen. Looking at stack sizes here, I'm not too sure how the table's been playing and whether he looks like the guy that would be cold 4-betting here, but it's not actually a bad little spot for it with his hand in the small blind, but he just elects to call. It would have been looked up by Aditya anyway, but regarding stack sizes here and the Alexios opening, would have been a nice little cold 4 spot, but wouldn't have worked. So he's just elected to call, and we're going freeway to the flop in this free bet pot. Flop of Jack 7-6-2 clubs, so the king queen of clubs
Picks up a beauty.
yeah, 2 overs, second nut flush draw, and Aditya with the ace king. In this free bet pot, I'm not sure he's going to be continuing here, high frequency at the time, and as expected, he does check back.
Boom.
Boom, there it is.
Instant service.
Yeah, for the king queen. Turned the second nut flush, and you notice the little double check of the hole cards there by Hamish. He would have known he had 2 clubs, so what he's trying to do there, you see a lot of recreational players doing this, he's trying to let his opponent know, make his opponent thinks that he's club checking, see if he does have a club or not, and because good players will pick up on that.
So approximately around 8.
Alternate list like a 300 players ahead.
So Hamish, the tick was there on the turn. He check called the 6.7. Hard not to lead on the river, but it just had that, to me, it just shows so much strength.
Yeah, it always does lead in the river.
The check call bet, the check call lead out on the river.
And this is actually a bad time to do it as well, because Alexios, when he bets the turn, he has a lot of Jack X in his range, hands like King Jack, Ace Jack, Queen Jack, that would have peeled the free bet getting that price, them suited hands. So he may, if he did have a Jack here, for example, Alexios, he'd probably get away from it. He's a really good player because of the lead, and he'd actually bet fold the Jack. Oh wow, he's moved all in.
Wow, all in, have you got it? Of course I've got the lot. Alexios has just set fire to his stack. Wowzers.
Wow, I'm really surprised to see that from Alexios. He's known to be quite aggressive, but
yeah,
got better spots to take than that. And as I mentioned earlier, when Hamish double-checked his hole cards, like really made a deal with double-checking his hole cards, it sort of was a bit of a tell to me. Because when you are club checking, if a lot of recreational players, if they don't memorise the suits and they have a little look down, they try and do it sort of inconspicuously, but he was sort of making a deal to try and show the other two in the hand that he was trying to see if he had a club or not, and that usually signifies strength, that he already got the flush. So it's a mad jam by Alexios. He didn't even have a hand that sort of blocked any hands that can call you. You expect, if you are sort of bluff raising the river there, you want to do it with hands that block hands that your opponent can call you with. So like maybe if you had the ace-9 with the ace of clubs, or the ace-10 with the ace of clubs that blocks boats as well. But yeah, it's a bit of a spewy one. That's probably the best way to put that. There's better spots to take. Maybe you just thought he could get him to fold. Yeah, a bit of a strains on that. The last thing I expected, put it that way.
So halfway through level number 9 of the day, we end on level number 10. The blinds at 500, 1000 for the last level of the day. Lines 4-8 with an running ante of 100. Average stack at the moment is just under 60,000, which is 60 big blinds. That's not bad. That just shows how super strong the structure is. Number 426, Alexios. Who's, are we on tilt? Did we go on tilt? What's the mentality?
Has he led this? I didn't actually catch the pre-flop action, so I can't actually.
It was,
but I'm assuming it was a limp pot.
pretty high. It was just an hijack bet.
1.5.
Yeah, hijack raise and then call.
2.6 in the pot, so it was a limp pot, so it had to be a limp pot. So this is fine though. This isn't tilt. This is I've got a pair of deuces. I'm going to bet him out of the big blind. This is a better flop for my range in a limp pot. So that is perfectly fine the way he's playing this hand at the moment. I think he'll be fine. Most players with good results and who are known to do well in tournaments, usually their mental game is very good. They won't be affected when they do run a bluff and it is called off and it looks spewy. They won't be affected by that. But in this case, Kahai has got there on the river. He's made a straight. And his bet takes it down. So next hand, as we're halfway through the penultimate level of the day, less than half hour left on the clock, and we will be going into the final level. Extra level added this year, the 10th level. Used to only play 9 levels for day ones, but extra level has been added.
So under the gun, all folding round to mid position. I'd hit you. I would. I'd hit you. Don't, because I'd hit you.
Oh God! Well, I'm supposed to be the person that comes up with that, stealing my thunder. I did, yeah.
There is a raise. Patrick raises to 1.8. Or to seat 4. We've got this slightly wrong. The seat 4 opened. So Aditya has. So this is going to have to get rewound because Aditya with the ace queen. He calls the 800. There's a raise from Patrick, and then it moves all the way down to Aditya, and he moves all in. So there we go. King 10 gets out of the way, and a little bit of extra chips. Aditya moves up to 30 down.
See in the background how packed the Vic is tonight.
Yes.
Absolutely buzzing out there.
If you were to play a game, which you won't be, but if you were to play a game when you finish, what would you sit down at?
What, poker-wise?
1-2 or 2-5?
It depends. It's all about game selection, really. I'll have a little scout of the tables. I'd see what games look lively. A big part of poker that people overlook is, especially cash game players, is game selection. So you want to choose the best games, really, the games that look the most lively, most action, games that you think are going to have the biggest edge. So I could wander around the room and there may be a 2-5 game that I might play, but then I might see a little 1-2 game which is action-packed and looks a lot of value, where I think I'm going to be able to realise an edge a lot more and choose that game. And if you do play a lot of cash, game selection, when choosing your games, you need to take that into account. If you're sitting at a table in the casino and you see a game to the left of you and it looks really lively, you can tell there's people on there that aren't fussed and are just donking off money, put it that way. Get your name on the list. There's no harm in changing table. You want to do what's best for you and you give yourself the best opportunity to make profit. So that's the best way to look at it. So around the room tonight, I think you'd have a field day. Look at the card room, plenty of cash game going, lots and lots, every table full. But if you had to sit down somewhere, I know where you'd be at the craps table.
I would, 100%, 100% I would be. Nice one, Pete. We'll see you on Sunday. If you manage to nip in tomorrow, do so. If not, we'll see you on Sunday. There's a free roll on Sunday as well, so we'll give you the password then.
Cheers, Pete. Catch you Sunday.
Yeah, that craps table just looked delicious. Loved it. Love it, love it, love it. So it's just a shame that it's tough to manage and tough to staff.
Yeah, it's it uses what, 4 staff, is it?
On
the craps table?
Usually 6.
6?
Especially in the Vic.
Do you have many craps tables out in Vegas?
Are there many?
Yeah.
Probably about 50 in every casino.
15 in every?
50.
50 in every casino?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah. Yeah. No, not that many, I must admit. There's probably 20 in the Bellagio.
Oh, it's going down, slowly going down.
There's probably about 20 in the Bellagio.
Okay.
There's probably about 20 in the Win. the Venetian's the same, but then probably 3 or 4 in the smaller, like the Flamingo, probably have 4.
Okay.
But they're in every casino.
That's fair. So jumping back into the action, Aditya under the gun with King Jack raises. Dan on the button. It says he's 3-bet to 2k, which wouldn't go, so I'm assuming he's either flatted or 3-bet to a different size, but we'll find out what's happened when Ranif plays his queen. So Ranif is 4-bet to 7.1k, so from that sizing, Dan just flatted the original open from the King Jack on the button with Jack 10. And we saw Dan on our feature table a lot earlier, and I think his fold to 3-bet percentage was 0%, if I can remember correctly. So that's why he's peeled here with the Jack 10. Likes to see lots of flops, but this is not one of them that's going to be good for the Jack 10. And now Ranif with the queens here. So role reversal from earlier when it came King 8-3 earlier, and someone had 9s and they elected to bet, which I like because the equity denial side with queens, there's not really many bad turn cards except that one over cards. So I like this decision to check out position, but now this board's just getting worse and worse for Ranif. He does have the best hand. He has Dan drawing dead to a queen. There are opportunities with a heart on the river.
I don't think he gets that far.
I think Dan wins this pot personally. It's on Ranif now, but from what we saw from Dan earlier, when it's checked to him, he likes the bet, and I think he'll add some money on it. I'd say this pot's going to go Dan's way, especially the fact he's got position as well. But no, Ranif now turning his queens into a bluff maybe. So I think that's job done. I just thought Ranif was going to check, Dan was going to bet, and that would be it. But Ranif's led and taking it down.
Yeah,
so
that could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Took the initiative. Did have the best hand, but on such a wet board texture, neither player was liking that. 20 minutes left on the clock, and you see in the background, level 9 currently. 2 big stacks at the table, Hamish and Ranif, both over 100 bigs.
Excuse me. Come on, need a week off. Excuse me, where?
So a limp from Dahi, ECG +1, after a limp from Patrick. That makes Alexius call as well, brings Dan in. So this is something you don't see very often, going 5-way to a flop level 9 of the day. So could be some action on some certain flop textures. Flop of 9-7-5, middle pair for Aditya, bottom pair for Dahi, gut shot for Alexios, 2 overs for Dan, backdoor diamonds, unaware of what Patrick's holding here.
Alexios with a gut shot, and a back draw maybe, bets out 2.5.
Yeah, against the hands that we can see, it's should get the job done in a 5-way pot. 7s you'd expect to fold. But Patrick's made the call here, so we've got a bit of fun. We can sweat with Patrick and try and figure out what he's got. So a jack on the turn. So the Queen 8 now picking up a double gutter. Elects to take the free card. Deuce of hearts on the river. So Queen high, still behind. So Patrick, he's checked again here. So a lot of the time Patrick's going to have a hand like 7-8, 7-8, 5-6, 9-8 suited, pocket sixes, hands like that. Maybe some like ace-8 in there. Just unaware of what he had.
Could be king
Ace-10.
24 bigs as a short stack is our Alexios in seat number 9, 93,000 for Hamish Majoria in seat number 7. A big hand against Alexios.
We could have diamond draws, ace-10
Yeah,
of diamonds.
yeah.
That's exactly what he had.
Was it?
Yeah, he had ace-10 of diamonds. But I would have expected him to bluff that at some point. But he's still one of ace high trader. That's why there's a bit of a grimace on Alexis's face. Realised that he could have got enough of it. A little shake of the head. Just wouldn't expect him to, well, you don't expect players to limp ace-10 of diamonds under the gun. So it's hard to include that in his range. It's all about realising that and understanding what he's playing, what he's limping, so you can get as much information on your opponents as possible, and then that's going to help you out later down the line when you've got them marginal decisions. You can go back to what you know, revert to that, hopefully come to the best possible decision. So we've got Kahai with the 8s under the gun +2. Flop of a jack 9 for 2 spades. 8 still in front, also with the spade as well for some insurance. Checked all the way through. 6 of spades on the turn, so that will give the pocket 8s of Kahai the check mark. But I do expect him to check this once more with the pocket 8s. But Patrick's taking a stab at it now, so what we'll probably see here is Kahai call once and then fold to a river bet if he decides to double barrel. But he's just let it go. He didn't want to call once. But a lot of good players will stab at these 4 spade or 4 of any suit boards, and when you do usually have a spade, sort of call in once, because a lot of the time, because you also call once with sort of ace of spades and king of spades, and they'll then give up on the river. So when they do double barrel a river, you can just comfortably let it go. So you can find us on Facebook /Grosvenor Poker.
Where else?
On Twitter @Grosvenor Poker.
And where else?
On YouTube /GUKPT. I get a lot of my friends out watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
You get quite a few people watching on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of people do prefer the YouTube. I think
they can't interact with the chat box, but
no,
they can still hear everything that goes on.
We are heading towards the end of the evening.
Yeah, we've got 15 minutes left of this level, so we've got about an hour and a half left of the day. Because although it is an hour clock, it does usually run over that, because when the clock is paused at the end of level 10, a number of hands will be drawn to play. Reason that's done, for anyone out there, if you always wonder why the clock is stopped instead of just letting it run down, it's so players don't waste time and sort of tank unnecessarily to try and make it to day 2, so everyone plays the same number of hands, a bit similar to when we're on the bubble. So that's the reason behind that. And Kahai, just saw him with the pocket 8s. This time he's got the ace queen. Picture.
YouTube.
Oh, is that YouTube?
That's you on YouTube.
Oh, is that me on
That's
YouTube?
You.
Oh, you just put me on YouTube. Look at that.
You're in full HD and everything.
Oh, look at that. I'm in full HD. What, my voice is in HD?
Yeah, your voice is in full HD and everything.
There we go. So, Kohai, with the ace queen, this double barrel's probably going to get the job done. There's that one. That's a chat as well.
Is it? Top chat. There you go. There you go. We're on everywhere. Can't get away from nowhere. So you can watch it on YouTube. I've just seen it.
I saw a video of Mrs. Katie Swift eating some what's it lookalike things and stuffing them in her mouth.
What were they?
I have no idea what was going on there.
20 apparently.
20.
I don't know what they were. Maybe that was a forfeit for getting eliminated out of the World Series.
Yeah, maybe she had to last longer, and that was the forfeit. You never know. Little proppy bet.
Alexios, the hooks, how to play pocket jacks.
Great video on YouTube.
There is.
If you've ever seen
it is
it.
a great video.
If you're into your poker, I'd request, if you want to laugh, go and watch that video. How to play pocket jacks. So Dan flops the best of it with the Queen 9 of diamonds. Bit of a loose call pre-flop after an early position open with the Queen 9. You want to continue prefer free bet. But he does elect to bet, and Alexios calls with the jacks. And a spade on the turn gives Alexios more outs. Now hit any spade for a flush. And there it is.
There it is. Oof.
In the words of Shyamalan. There it is. You ever heard that song?
I don't even think of Chemical Brothers.
No.
Oof. There it is. Oof. There it is. One of the Out Here Brothers.
And it's gone check, and Alexios takes it down. You must know Shyamalan. There it is, that song.
You mean Shalimar?
Is it Shalimar? Shalimar?
Yeah, Shalimar.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, Shalimar.
Because that's an old Shyamalan, there we go. Is it Shyamalan?
No, it's Shalimar.
Shalimar.
Pretty impressive, actually. That was the early 1980s, that, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You weren't here.
I know.
You weren't with us.
Well,
And you still know it. Mum taught you well.
nah, Mum didn't teach me that one. That was pretty much on a CD. At a home game I used to play, it was on a CD, and I always used to have the same CD on, and then that song always used to come on, and then used to sing it when like a river like hit, and it used to be there it is. But anyway, let's not bore you. Let's get back into the action.
If it helped you win cash, it's good enough for me.
There you go.
Eight minutes to go until the end of the level, and one more level to be played tonight.
So Ranif got the Cowboys under the gun +2. Patrick with ace queen here, playing a stack of 31 big blinds. Ace queen of hearts. Looks like 3-bet, which it is, to 4.5k. It's now action back on Ranif with the Cowboys. Got 2.7k to call. He's out of position. So two options. You've got the option to flat, and you've got the option to 4-bet here. You'll be aware of Patrick's stack. So Looking at stack sizes, I'd like to see a smallish 4-bet here, giving Patrick room to 5-bet rip. Make it somewhere around sort of 10.5, 11k mark. Just to sort of give Patrick that room to think he's got some fold equity.
Yeah.
Maybe even a pinch smaller.
Just a call.
Oh, yeah, it's just cool. He's
Just
setting the
a
trap.
call.
Setting the trap for deception. If this comes queen high, it may turn out to be a perfect play. 6-6-5 is the flop. Patrick continues for 5k.
I think Ranith very much anticipated the C-bet. So he just calls.
This is the merit of obviously flattening your big pairs. He's so under-repped here, and this turn it will go check a lot of the time because Patrick will be ranging Ranif on big pairs, sort of all pairs through 7s all the way through to 8s. So now Ranif with the kings, you expect him to lead for value here. I'd like him to make this quite a small size, sort of targeting that ace-x type of hand that Patrick does have. He has a lot of ace-x in his range here.
So 6-6-5-5 with the 3 on the turn on the river, Patrick.
The rest is 375.
So £6. If I give you that, I'll run my idea.
650 meters.
I'll give me that 5 real quick.
Nines?
So well played, Ranith, with the pocket kings. Down to 74. 74 players, so must have lost a few. 7 and 4, 74.
Yeah, good time. So, clock gone red in the background, that means we've got less than 5 minutes left after level, 4 minutes to be precise. Dan under the gun with the pocket 5s, and a stack of 28 big blinds. Saw him limp a lot, these type of hands, earlier on, but he's just elected to min-click this to 2k. Aditya with the king queen, under the gun +3, makes the call. Alexios in the big blind getting a great price here, 6-1. So I'm expecting him to continue with about 80% of his range here. Getting this price, you may believe he's got quite a nice post-flop edge as well. So that must have been garbage there. I'm expecting that would have been a hand like 9-3 off, 9 loose off. So heads up to this flop, the king queen against the pocket 5s, ace-ace-8 flop. Dan checks, Aditya checks, 8 on the turn, so the 5s now are counterfeited. So Dan's going to start betting this, and get called once. Aditya shouldn't be folding king high here to 1 bet. on this board, but he does. I expected to see a call there, but Dan takes it down with just 5 high, after being counterfeited. So there's chip counts as we slowly approach the end of the day. 2 minutes left on the clock before we move into the last level. Confirmed prize pool of £179,000. Everyone making it through today will come back with the players that made it through yesterday for day 2. Coverage starts from 1:30 and we'll be playing another 10 levels. Still 71 players left at the moment. So numbers slowly going down. Adrian under the gun +1. Queen Jack raises to 1.8k. Floor has been called. I'm not sure why.
The call stands at the moment. Well, you now you've raised, you can pass and take the chips back. Yeah, you can pass and take the chips back. If you would just call, the chips would stay there.
So Dahi there raised out of turn. Yanis coming over, giving a ruling. Didn't realise Adrian had acted. Thought Adrian had folded, sorry, and raised out of turn, so was allowed to take his chips back and pass the hand. And lucky for him he did, because Dan in seat 1 has got the ladies in the big blind as well. And he's going to 3-bet to 5.8k. And Adrian just gets out of the way with the Queen Jack, so Dan will pick that one up. And blinds are now up, so we're into the final level. 500, 1,000, running ante of 100. So that's what the blinds are at now. As we approach the end of the day. Thanks to everyone that's been here with us all day in the chat box. Makes our life a lot easier. And it's been a good day of action as well at the tables. Lots of hands to discuss. Aditya under the gun +1 with the 6-5 of diamonds. Alex to limp. Alexius following suit on the button. And Dan in the small blind completes, which allows Ranif to check his option with 10-4. So we're going 4-way to this flop in a limp pot. Flop of ace, king, 6, 2 hearts. Not much for anyone here. The actual player in the lead here is Aditya with the 6-5. Dan also with a 6, so he's actually got him out kicked, but if both these players continue the hand a lot of the time, it's going to end as a chop, but Aditya just gets out of the way, and Dan's going to take this one down with bottom pair.
The average stack is 70 big blinds.
70 big blinds. Which shows you. Must have lost a few players today.
70 big blinds average stack.
How many entries did we get today total?
227.
So I'm expecting a big chip leader at the end of the day. From a mathematical perspective, unless everyone has the average stack, which is unlikely. But yeah, maybe Stuart, who had a great day yesterday. I remember catching him on the feature table last, had to go to catch his train. He had 260k end of the day with. That may even be beaten.
I don't think I've seen 70 big blinds as average stack on day one before.
There you go.
Is that because it's gone a little bit fast and furious?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
So the final level, as Jay said, and Aditya has gone all in for his 20,000. His last 20 big blinds. So with the pocket jacks, Hamish Majoria in mid position has got a decision. Does he call? Does he isolate? Pocket jacks in mid position. Or is one of the ways to play the jacks at this moment in time to fold and get out of the way and not get involved. He's got 5 players to act behind him. I think that's just a call. It's a full stack of whites, which are the 1,000 chips. And everybody folds out of the way. So we have the jacks calling. Aditya's hand is in the middle. He slowly stands up because they weren't connected to the. He was ace 7. 6-6-5 is a flop. Needs a 7. Needs an ace. And needs an ace. Oh, and a 4. Picked up a 4 as a draw. So he needs an ace and a 4. It's not. It's a 9 of spades. Aditya Sood has been eliminated. Hamish stacks in more chips. 113,000 now. Coming back tomorrow with over 100 big blinds is a great position to be in. Hamish Majoria is in that position at this moment in time. So the final level, around about 60 minutes to go until the end of play. Yeah, 20 bigs, you can still play with 20 bigs, can't you, Michael? It's still a playable stack. Will Kassouf has tweeted, WSOP main event, day 2C, I am on the feature table now. Watch it all on ESPN and pokergo.com. So there you go. Good luck, Will. He's on the feature table. I don't know what the delay is. Half an hour? Good luck to him. Yeah, A7's a tough one, isn't it? A7 against Ace Queen and a Jack 10-3 flop. Check call from Dahi. Check the turn. And then goes check, 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 check. And we split it up as of the ace plays. Jacks and threes with the ace. So the final level, 500, 1,000, running anti of 100. Well done to all the guys making it this far. We are on 66 players. So how much action will we get? Or will the players be thinking, you know what, if I just make day 2 we can regroup, get some sleep, and tomorrow is another day. Is that the way you think? Then you got 20 bigs plus. Or do you think, well, it's just the next level, I might as well just carry on playing? £179,000 in the prize pool. Fours for Patrick. In the cut-off, moves all in for 20 bigs. With pocket fours. Now Amish has got another decision. With King, Queen suited. If he saw the cards, would he instantly call?
So it's a 20 big blind jam from Patrick here. Bit on the loose side, but maybe he's more inclined to do it.
If you saw that he got pocket fours, you got King, Queen of diamonds, do you call?
Yeah, I call. If I saw that he had pocket fours. But a 20 big blind shove usually, I'm not sure if Patrick would have.
Oh, he's doing it again!
He's doing it. He's
the
taking
chip leader on the table, he's having none of it. There's one of his outs.
Yeah, 20 bigs is a big shove, very big shove with fours, because when you are called, this is the best case scenario you can hope for. You never get called by threes or deuces, so you're pretty much hoping to see a flip. And 20 bigs for Hamish, he has got a stack. He's just called it off. King Queen's pretty hard, a lot of people like it. So that's an interesting
Pizza with flush draw.
He's got counterfeit outs now as well.
No.
Any ace, any queen, any king, any diamond. Too many outs. Brick.
Oh, fades
there
it
it is.
Fades it. Sit down. He's got like 20 outs.
Yeah, he had lots of outs. He had 3 aces, 3 kings, 3 queens. That's 9 outs plus the 9 diamonds. 18 outs he had to fade there on the river.
And did.
And did.
I had aces, they had everything.
In the pavilion, Danny Tang's selling headphones because Wilkie Sook's just walked in.
It would be like selling water at a festival, wouldn't it? It would be like you put the extortionate rates on it.
I think Danny Tang's moved. Has he moved back over to Hong Kong, or he's moved over to Macau or
he's with,
the Philippines?
He's always with Kit Lee. I know them two travel around a lot and play a lot of poker together.
Yeah.
So unaware.
He was based in Manchester.
Yeah, it was.
Danny, but he's decided to go over to Asia and chance his luck, and he's playing very well.
Made a WSOP final table last year as well. He did, Danny Tang. Can't remember what it meant, but do recall him making one. Got 45 minutes left on the clock. So we've got about 35 minutes till that clock is paused, and we'll be able to give you the number of hands that are left to play today.
5.
Okay, I'm going to be optimistic today. I'm going to say 4.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the 4. I think I've had one right out of about, what would it be, 15 this year? One's got to be right sooner or later.
You'll win one eventually,
Yeah,
son.
I can't run bad forever at this game.
Patrick was just doubled up.
Dan, we saw him limp a lot earlier when he was on the featured. He's still following suit with these type of hands. Raise from Patrick to 3K.
Gary Clark's with you.
Gary Clark's with me. Gary's always with me.
And to be fair, it's not very often Gary's ever wrong. Ever.
So Kahai in the small blind with the 9s. He's got 25k here, 25 big blinds. Limp and open. I think we just see.
Has he moved all in?
I don't think he has.
He's done something. It's called.
It's called, yeah, that's what he's meant to do it. 25 bigs. If he had like 18k.
Yeah, oh, he's 3-bet to 8.5.
Okay, he's 3-bet.
I didn't see the word 3-bet.
The fact that he's 3-bet here, he's not 3-bet folding. You can't 3-bet 9s here.
No.
And pass in this spot. So
The lot's in.
move all in, and he's got to call off now. Otherwise, because you've got to take this into account. What happens if someone 4-bets? So yeah, snap call. So he 3-bet
And they're in
intention of
kings.
calling off.
Patrick stands up for the extra 2%, not that he needs it. He's all in front. Well, he's not all in. I think he's at risk with the 9s. Oh, it's a good job he's not ace king or ace queen or anything like that, is it?
We haven't seen no brutal suckouts
No.
over the last couple of days. So,
Yeah, here comes 9 of spades. Now you've said that. No, it's not.
it's the king.
Just another king. I think it's Koi. It is Koi has just been eliminated with the 9. Like you said, he's once his 3-bet, he can't fold. Committed himself to the hand, and from being all in, Patrick's now to 71 big blinds, and a huge stack for day 2.
he stood up as well. Stood up, not being a player
Yeah.
at risk.
Dealing too many all in.
Yeah, need to find a bell. You're not wrong.
No jacket needed.
So moves to 3rd in chips from being all in for what was it, 10,000?
Yep. On the phone, texting his mates.
Yeah.
Letting him know how he's last text he sent them. I'm nearly out, guys.
Yeah, I'll be on the last train home.
Be on the last
And
train
now
home.
Patrick is doing ever so well on 70 big blinds.
Get a feeling this is quite a big tournament for Patrick after that hand. Just seemed very relieved to win it with the kings. Might be someone who's satellited, can't find any cashes on the Hendon board for him either, so could be a satellite winner, Patrick in seat 5, which is great to hear if it is the case. But it just seemed elated there winning that big pot, which is great to see when people are playing sort of one of the biggest tournaments and they're doing well. It's great, always a great story and great to see. If anyone in the chat knows Patrick or Raylan Patrick, let us know, because can't find any tournament cashes for him. So it'll be a great story. He does do well, and it is one of his first larger buy-in tournaments.
So the final level and the last 40 minutes or so of the live stream. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. All day. We are back tomorrow from 1:30 on the stream. At the moment it's looking round about 100, 105 players maybe coming back for day 2. 12 tables will be in operation. At the moment, 12 tables coming back tomorrow. We have Alexios, who had 75,000 when he started this level. Well, this session on the feature table is down to 23 and he's all in.
Dahi originally opening.
Yeah, if you just got 15,000 more chips maybe, you might want to call with the 8s. It's half in his stack just about to call.
To be honest, Alexios is a very aggressive player, both post and pre-flop, and I think he'd be jamming pretty much all his pairs in this spot, back end of the day. So against this type of player's range, a hijack versus button scenario is very, very marginal, because there are actually some situations where we have him crushed when he does have them smaller pairs. But nice jam there from Alexios, good at aggressive play, just takes the pot down. A lot of players may just flatten that spot, but he gave himself a chance to take it down uncontested, which he did. And now he's up to 27 bigs, so nowhere near the danger zone.
It's coming on. That ball's coming out.
Yeah, it'd be horrible. I'd hope so, but I'm not going to say it. If tomorrow didn't go as well as expected. But I feel like it will. I feel like it's going to go fine. But it is England, and
Aye.
that's the only thing.
Yeah. They got battered and bruised the other day, that's the only thing. That's a tough one as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
Absolutely battered and bruised they got. Kings yet again. Ranith in seat number 2.
Ranith that had Kings before as well, so found their way back to him. Adrian wants to get involved with the 9-7 of spades, defending the big blind. Oh, this is blind on blind, I just realised that. So King's here, really strong. And the ace, yeah, always nice when you've got Kings, but blind on blind, it's not the end of the world, because Adrian's going to be defending such a wide range of hands here.
That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do on the turn.
That'll do, thank you very much.
Now he's thinking, please have an ace. Check, check once more.
It'll go a bet fold on the river.
It will indeed.
What about moving all in?
What, with Kings here?
Yeah.
What, for 96k?
Yeah.
Nah.
Over bet the pot.
50k effective, so 10x pot. Nah, because even if he's got them, so he can actually have deuce X here. So even if he has deuce X, you just have to let that go to 10x pot. Has to be right way too often. Have to be right, I mean, 9 out of 10 times to make it. Which is.
I would have made it a big size.
Would you ever move it all in there now?
No, I'd have made it 7,000 into 5.1.
Yeah, the problem with that, you've got to think about hands your opponent has, not just what you've got. Yeah, we've got a very strong hand, but you've got to think about the range of hands your opponent has and what's most likely. You want to target that most likely with your sizing. So like queen high.
If he's got a 2, he's calling.
Yeah, if you've got a 2, he's calling, but 2s are going to bet anyway. So even a check raise on the river, not bad, because he might bluff it with hands like 9 high. But he's never, the way the hand's played, he's never got an ace-X type of hand, so it's so hard to get paid from anything but a deuce. So check's not a bad line for that reason, because 2s are going to bet anyway. So Dahi, under the gun, this time with 10s. Patrick with the jacks and the big line. Just makes the call.
The man on the heater at the moment.
Flop with ace-8 tray. Bet from Dahi of 2k. Patrick makes a pretty quick call. 6 on the turn. This is going to go check, check. Very high frequency of the time.
Indeed.
And the 5 on the river, I expect same again. Patrick's betting here. It was actually a nice little value bet. It looks more like a blocker bet because you don't want an ace to make it say like a 6k size, so he's pretty much set his own price.
Patrick taps the table as if he's lost, but the jacks are good. Daria Louise just says, look, I've got tens. The man is on a roll.
Yeah, just from his tendencies, I do think this is one of his first bigger tournaments. He's doing very well.
80,000 stack. Quadrupled his stack in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He's done that every 15 minutes, that would be alright, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially because it would be exponential. They'd have absolute chunks.
You forget Queen King's Aces.
So heading towards the end of the day. 20 minutes to go until the clock is paused. Well, we're guessing it's on 10 minutes. It's round about then. See, that's something else as well. If you play these on a regular basis and you know the clock's paused at 10 minutes, you can then manipulate the clock to your advantage before the clock's even paused.
What do you mean manipulated to your advantage before it's paused?
Because you know it's going to stop at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So then you can slow things down anyway. If you know it's going to stop at 10.
It's around that sort of figure though, isn't it? Give or take it.
I'd say 95% of the time it's 10 minutes. So maybe it's want to change it. Make it 15, make it 5.
It's usually between 10 and 12, I find. That's sort of... I've seen it at 9 before as well. I think TD might have popped to the toilet and came back and realised the clock was on 9 minutes. Oh, crap, I could stop the clock.
But as always, we'll give you the end of day roundup and the top 5 chip counts as the guys have bagged and tagged.
Yep, so we'll do that for you. He'll while I wrap things up here in the commentary box, he'll be out there giving you a rundown of things that happened at the end of the day. Give you some chip counts that you know about tomorrow. It's been another good day here in the booth.
Yeah, another huge field of 358 runners here in London. And then the big one tomorrow at 3 p.m. England versus Sweden in the semi-final. No, to get to the semi-finals. The quarters. Wherever you are in the country and you're following England's route, and have a good one and stay safe.
So Hamish just calling the hijack raise at the big blind with 10, perfectly fine. Problem 884, continuation bet from Ranif, and Hamish makes the call. 6 on the turn. So Ranif now picking up a gut shot to go, which is jack high. And the river's a deuce of hearts. Now Hamish is going to go for some value with his tens. She does. And Ranif is just going to get out of the way.
Indeed it, indeed it. So 500, 1,000, last level of the night. The average stack is 70 big blinds. It's like a wow. 70 big blinds. Whoosh.
It just shows you how many bust starts we must have had today.
Yep. Well, we're on 60. We're on 64 from 227. That's nearly 3/4 of the field.
Is indeed.
Just well there. Thank you very much.
Come on, drink it.
No, thank you. Got that cheap one. So 3/4 of the field nearly eliminated.
Yeah.
It's quite substantial. So looking at the moment, 100 players or thereabouts for tomorrow. We'll give you the prize pool breakdown as well as soon as we get on air. And 12 tables will be in operation when we start tomorrow. In the club at 1, 3 levels to be played, and then a break for the second half of the football.
I want chips, not biscuits. That's what I'm offering. You know, my hand was good. You small fold.
You're eligible to Mohammed Alesta. Mohammed Alesta, 1, 2, hold on.
So just over 10 minutes to go until the clock is paused, predictably around about 10 minutes. We'll go and have a quick round up at the table and get top half a dozen chip counts to end the day as normal, and then back tomorrow for some more great action. And day 2 of the GUKPT, 358 runs in total. Super numbers.
Yeah, great numbers.
It never fails to deliver, does it?
No, London just amazing league. Just seems to bring players from everywhere through the door. Always a great turnout. Always the biggest field on the leg, on the tour. Just whether the buy-in be the 500, the 1K or the 2K, it just attracts so many runners. This hand, Dahi with the Ace-King opens, Alexius flats the button. Dan calls out the small, bit of a loose call in the small blind with 9-5. Ranif with a bit of a loose pill as well in the big, but was getting an attractive price, so might have swayed him to call. Continuation bet from Dahi. And Ranif having none of it, calls with bottom pair. Some nice backdoors here for the Ace-King, some nice double barrel opportunities. That's plausible one. That's going to check, taking the free card, and the river is a 9. So Dahi gives up and does just check. So the pot's going to go the way of Ranif.
Didn't expect to win with that, did you?
Blind starting tomorrow will be 6-12. Is that something you look at the end of the day when you're thinking, well, I'm going to make day 2, but what are the blinds tomorrow?
Of course,
An effective stack to what it'll be
always
when you start.
Always looking at stack size in terms of big blinds, especially in tournament poker anyway. So yeah, everyone knows they're coming back at 6-12, sort of a comfortable stack. You know what you want to aim for. But just the main thing, just keep playing your game, keep grinding up, keep making right decisions, and chips will do the work themselves. And the thing is, the bigger you stack, because there is an element of luck in poker, the bigger you stack, when you do get unlucky and you do get it in good, you can take them hits without risking your tournament life. And that's why you see the best players always making it to latter stages of tournaments, because they grind their stacks up so well and so early that when they do get them pots where they get 3 outward or 2 outward, that they can handle it, and then they can grind back up again and keep going. Is that quad 9s for the 3rd time today?
Wow! Quad aces and quad 9s 3 times. Adrian cannot find any kind of bet.
It's got to be an omen, ain't it? Turn 9s upside down and you tell me what that says.
9, 9, 9.
66. Yeah, quad 9s 3 times today.
Quad 9s is a hand.
Is indeed. Let's have a banana. Bit of fruit before I go to bed.
You'll be mine. I'm calling. I don't want to miss another. I had a flashback with the hand against that.
So see the clock in the background, 17 minutes, so about 7.5 minutes. And we should have some clarification for everyone how many hands are going to be played to end the day. Tower's gone with 5, I've gone with 4. Gary also gone with 4 in the chat.
Minutes on the clock. The That's 500, 1,000.
He had to get a stake. He went to goal.
So Dan in the hijack with the 8 deuce makes it 3x to go, 3.3x. Gets called by pocket 5s.
No. We have to see bet?
Yeah, we're opening 8 deuce. Pretty much always have to see bet. Shouldn't be opening hands this bad in the hijack, almost never, unless it's very player dependent of big blinds that are overfolding way too much and players on the left with low free bet tendencies. Then maybe, yeah, but in this spot, I just let it go into the muck. But when we do get ourselves in this situation on this flop, it's actually not the worst flop to continue. We've got good backdoors, some nice backdoor straight possibilities, nice backdoor flush possibilities. So after we do get ourselves into that situation on the flop with 8 deuce, c-bet perfectly fine. So Dan there at 30k, just dusted off 7k of his stack just from opening the 8 deuce. Critical understanding, good ranges to open from what position. Garbage hands, just sometimes want to chuck into the muck. It's good though to mix it up sometimes, like I always say, finding a random airball once in a while. Sort of select the hand that you like, any hand, whether it be suited, unsuited, and then when you get dealt that combo of that exact suits or just the one suit, then maybe open it. But don't tell no one the hand because it's just for a bit more of a different dynamic. And just always need to be creating new ranges as well. 8 deuce, probably not the best hand. But Dan wouldn't have had a reason to open it, I'm sure. He would have thought about it. On to the next hand. And Ranif straight back into the action, this time with the 6-5 diamonds in the hijack. Raised to 2.4k, more standard size than what we saw last time. Sort of the 2 point, somewhere between sort of 2x and 2.4x is sort of standard this time in the tournament. And Hamish defends the big blind with the 8-5 of clubs. Both players catch bottom pair. Going to end up in a chop some of the time this pot. Well, very often. Just a card 9 or higher on the turn or river will result in this pot being a chop. So Ranif c-bets, and we get a quick call from Hamish. 10 on the turn, that seals the deal. Means this pot is going to be a chop unless we see an 8 or a 6 on the river. Check, check. And it's the Jack of Diamonds, so they're going to chop this up unless someone wants to take the initiative on the river, try and win the pot. So Hamish checks. That's on the rainy. And checks as well. They're going to chop this one up. So I've got probably just under half hour left on the day, approximately. Can't give you an exact time because of the way the day ends. Thanks to everyone that's been here with us all day. Thanks to everyone still listening now. Another good day at poker, and we will be back tomorrow from 1:30. So you see in the background there, clock being paused at 11 minutes 11 seconds. So after this hand, we will get some clarification on how many hands will be left to play. There we go, just heard Raji in the background. Last 6 hands. So myself and Tao both wrong on that guess. 6 hands left to play after this hand. So 7 hands left, including this one. Dan with 23 big blinds under the gun with +1. King Queen moves all in. Six hands, Tower. Six. You said 5. Six. So there we go. So that was a hand that was in place while 6 hands were called. So now from this point we have 6 hands left to go.
Okay. 6 hands, ladies and gentlemen.
So the button's on seat 7. So Alexios is our big blind, so last big blind's going to be on... Last big blind's going to be on Patrick, so Patrick will have the big blind for the last hand. And Dahi has been getting some hands in this feature table, with some kings in the cuff. Raised to 4.5k. Dan makes a very loose call after limping under the gun with 10-8 off, and called off a raise to 4.5x out of position, and it's come king 10-3. So Dan actually drawing dead to running 10s now. Needs to make running quads to win this pot, or get Dahi to fold, which isn't going to happen because he's flop top set. Come check. 6 on the turn. Dan bets 4.5k. Really dry board here for the kings of Dahi, and if he does make this call, that will put 20k in the pot, leaving less than the pot size bet behind for Dan. So I'd like to see a flat, but he has raised. Sometimes you just got to take notice of stack size in these spots. If he just flats here, he's got position, he can move all in on the river when Dan checks to him. And you want to keep Dan's bluffs in as well. But Dan is just called here. I'm really surprised it's continued with just 10x here. No draw, 8 kicker. And river is a jack. So Dan checks, leaving himself 12k behind. I don't know what she's going on about in the chat, to be honest with you. What is she going on about? I don't get it.
Bay City Rollers. Your mum must read it on pause.
Okay.
and Bay City Rollers. I don't know if your mum's watching a repeat, but Bye Bye Baby was definitely one of the best songs they ever did. Oh.
Yeah, she's probably not refreshed. She's probably watching it 4 hours behind.
I'm thinking Gail might need to refresh and she might not listen to this until 4 in the morning. And she'll be thinking, what are you working this late for? Bye bye baby, baby, goodbye. That's for Gail. Oh, bless. We were talking about Alan Longmuir, who passed away, the drummer from Bay City Rollers, who were the biggest thing in the 70s.
Probably been sitting there thinking, what's going on?
So, back in the real world. Hi, Mum.
Yeah, if she's up to date now. Hi. We've only actually got about 20 minutes left.
Yes.
So,
we're not working till 4:30 in the morning, Gail. Don't worry about that.
She'd be still sitting up watching it thinking, what's going on?
We're not doing bad things to your son or anything like that, you know. But we were talking about Alan Longmuir, who passed away this week, the drummer from Bay City Rollers, who was still doing the tours as well. He died when he passed away. Well, they brought him back from Mexico, of course. I don't know, he got a drop, was ill. But sad times. If you lived in the 70s and the 80s, always dancing to the Bay City Rollers. Like when you said, who?
Who?
I can understand.
You can understand. It's like, you didn't know who XXXTentacion was the other day.
Nobody does. There you go. There you go. There you go. PK's in his 20s, ain't got a clue. Yeah. Mikey Clark, our action tracker, is in his 20s. He ain't got a clue who that is. There you are, that's the one. Yes, get some Bay City Rollers on.
So Dan's all in for his last.
Getting gold.
7 big blinds. Adrian, Race King. And like grinding all day for 10 hours and then pretty much losing your whole stack from peeling 10-8 off under the gun after you've limped. It's just seems a bit spewy, but Dan's had a good day. He's been on the featured a few times and he's not out of it yet. He can find a jack on this turn.
Or a club. Let's finish it off. We can't find
only
the club.
A 10 or a jack, otherwise he will be heading to the rail.
Nah.
It's a 4.
Unlucky.
Unlucky Dan. So we lose Dan late here on day 1 beat.
Or if you're in Gail's world, it's 8:30. And we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
He might be able to re-enter.
Yeah, you probably can if he gets to the cash desk quick. So 4 hands left to play now.
The last 4 hands.
Seat on 1. 1-1.
So the last 4. Well, there you go. That's why Gail's talking about Bay City Rollers and Bye Bye Baby. Oh, they were great tunes in the 70s. Saw them at the Merry England bar 2 years ago. Bay City Rollers.
So Jan, with the boots in the cut-off this late in the day.
Look at these.
Must be nice.
We've had quad aces. Are we going to get him again?
Well, Ranny's got King 9 with a big. With this stack, potential candidate to defend, which I expect him to do. There he does, so we'll go heads up to this flop. flop of King 6-5. So Ranif,
bit of trouble for Ranif.
Yeah, flopping top pair here. And Jan got the ace of clubs as well with the aces. Very nice flop for his hand. Bet of 2k.
Oh, definitely got to call once.
Yeah, he's always calling once here with the king 9. Ace on the turn. That looks like a good card for Jan. It's actually a terrible card. Probably the worst card in the deck for him to see on the turn. Reason being, it kills his action against all King X.
$4,400 is the bet. Yeah, he's getting called by a non-believer.
It was a cut-off open, so you can have lots of hands that represent the ace on the turn. Hands like Jack 10, just air balls that you see there, and double barrel because the ace is a good card for his range. So Jan going to be firing the third barrel here for value. He has the third nuts.
So when he checks, Jan moves all in.
Just the 2x pot bet on the river.
He must have been listening to the stream when I said go all in.
Yeah, not
impossible to call.
Fan of this at all. I don't know what Ranif is thinking about there.
Moving into so many combos.
It's also the fact of the matter, would someone sit there, grind all day for 10 hours, then 2x pot bluff shove their stack on the river? And the answer is no. I don't think Jan looks like the type of person to do that. I think anyone would at this stage so close to the back end of the day and just rip it in as a bluff here. So I think this is a bit of Hollywood. Ranif eventually he's just going to let it go. Never ever can he call in this spot, especially because of the situation as well. Maybe he could think about a call at a different point of the tournament, but
I'm going to show you.
Jan
and then he flips over the aces.
Jan is just never bluffing in that spot. But he might have got a call if he thought about the hand logically and targeted the King X. They looked like Ranif had and actually did have a bet.
Well, table 2 is bagging and tagging. We've got 3 hands left.
Yeah, we've got 3 hands left.
Bagging and tagging table 2, as you can see. We have 3 hands left.
King Queen.
What is it? Please put your name and membership account nice and clear.
So as you can hear in the background, all tables around are bagging and tagging. We've got 3 hands left. Don't know what happened there, but we have.
Guys,
Heads up to this flop, Alexios and Ranif. Flop of Jack 9 deuce, so we're going to see a turn here almost always on this flop. King 10 with a gut shot to the nuts on the backdoor diamonds, and Alexios whipping up and down. So Ranif calling us almost always here for bet from Alexios. Very bit of a tanker, Ranif.
Yes.
Likes to take his time with every decision. Three on the turn. So he checks once more. Is Alexios going to take a free card, or is he going to double barrel? He's going to double barrel, and that should get the job done. Can't see only calling with just a gut shot. See a pretty fold.
That'll know. How much is it? Going to spread the pot. What's he got behind? 6,000 to call for a gut shot.
Yeah, he's never called me. He could potentially move all in. That is an option. Calling is the last option here. King 10. Well, he's making a call. But the thing is, when if we do hit our gut shot and we leave river, it just looks so strong, and we're not getting the right price to hit the gut shot here. Even if our King X is live as well, we're still not getting the right price. We've got 7 outs.
Alexios is ripping, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I expect him to.
Right, so now it's check. Shows the queen. The king wins.
King wins.
The king will win.
Unless he thought he was legitimately ahead there.
Yeah.
Will be interesting to, we'll never know, but whether that was a call for.
Cheers, Gary.
The gut shot.
Good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow or Sunday.
Night, Gary. Cheers, sir.
New deck. Sunday split for 4 downs. 6 of clubs.
So we've got 2 hands left.
Can't even guess. Not sure who'll snap the card, but hopefully not on purpose. So all tables are finished apart from the feature. We're on the last 2 hands. So 2 hands to go tonight. Back tomorrow at 1:30. 12 hours time. We'll be back on air. Eat, sleep, chat, repeat.
Eat, sleep, chat, repeat. Sounds like me. So folding round to Alexios, who has the 5 threes of spades in the cutoff. Fold, and Justin in seat 4. Queen deuce of diamonds going to defend. Flop of King 9 6 2 diamonds. So I think we're going to see a turn a lot of the time here as well.
Oh, there's the move.
Or just
in.
Yeah,
Just rip it in.
Just rip it in. Why not?
There you go. That's got rid of all thinking about the hand.
Yeah.
Rip it in onto the last.
Yeah, I'll stay and look at the camera.
So last hand of the night. Been a good day here in London. Thanks to everyone still with us. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It is a late one, as always, 1:30 in the morning, round about the live stream. Finishing, and then we're back in 12 hours' time. Do it all again. With round about 100 players by the looks.
So Barry getting the last hand out. Fold, fold. Jan won't be playing. So it's going to be a fold. Fold. Alexius, fold. Ranif. He's 5 off.
I'm playing this. Says Ranith. Raise it up to 2.5. Raises to 2,400.
Fold and a fold. So that is it, guys. Thanks for everyone that joined us today. Here's what Tower said at the end.
Well, we eventually finished the day with just over 60 players left, which was a crazy day because we had 227 runners on a fantastic day 1B. In effect, we had 100 players less yesterday than we had today, but the chip leader from yesterday has 100,000 more than the chip leader tonight. It's just one of those things. Just shows you the chip leader from yesterday. Just what a day he must have had, because chip leader overnight from day 1B is Rob Boone on 161,000. Michael Rowan on 152. Martin Alari on 151. Cole Lee, who chopped this event a couple of years ago, on 147, so he's a good day. And Alistair Aikenhead, yes, the brother of, on 133,000. But what a day. The players just kept coming through the door. We started the day at 45. We ended up with 227. It was a super day. We looks like 12 tables coming back tomorrow. Might just be a little bit less than the full quarter of 100. I think it's just round about the 100 mark. Full clarification plus the breakdown of the prize pool as well coming tomorrow as we start here in the club at 1 o'clock, 1:30 on the live stream. A little bit of a change tomorrow when you're watching the live stream. 3 hours of play, which will take us up to 4 p.m, which will then take us up to the half-time in the England versus Sweden game. They're then taking the full dinner break to watch the second half. Fingers crossed it doesn't go into overtime and extra time and penalties, because it'll just make it a little bit later. But the guys have decided that all the TVs will be on, the sound will be on for all the football, and you'll be able to watch the second half of the England match while they're on their dinner break. So 3 hours and then straight into the football. Good luck, England. Is it coming home? We'll just have to wait and see for tomorrow. But it has been a great day. Yet again, a fantastic turnout. 358 in total. Full prize breakdown tomorrow. We'll see you for day 2 starting at 1:30 on the stream. You lot in the chat box yet again. It's been awesome. We'll see you around the tables.
Yeah.